Hey guys, welcome back to the part 2 of the chapter square and square root. Please subscribe to our channel and also like and share the video. So let us start. So we have already taken the part 1 for the chapter square and square root. This is the part 2, and if you haven't watched the part 1, please go and watch the part 1, and I will also share the link in the description. Go and watch it right now. You will get a lot of information in that video. It's the introduction part. So today's objectives are very easy and very simple ones, that are the Pythagorean triplets, square roots, properties of square roots, how to find square root by prime factorization, and how to find the square root by successive subtraction method. Okay, so let us start. So the first one is the Pythagorean triplet. So this is a very easy one. Okay, like if A, B, C are three numbers where C is bigger than A and C is also bigger than B, then the square of A plus the square of B is equal to the square of C. For example, if this method, this formula is possible, then that three numbers are said to be the Pythagorean triplets of each other. For example, 3, 4, and 5. These are the three numbers you can take the example for. So first of all, 3, uh, the square of 3 plus the square of 4 is equal to the square of 5. For example, here if we write the square, 9 plus 16 is equal to 25. Am I right or not? And if you add them, I'm sorry, if you add them, then also you'll get 25, and 25 is also the square of 5. So this is the first formula, that is the Pythagorean triplets. It's a very easy thing, that if a number, if ABC are three numbers where C is bigger than 3 and C is also bigger than 4, then the square of 3 plus added by the square of 4 is equal to the square of C. Okay, if this formula is possible, then these three numbers, that are A, B, C, are said to be Pythagorean triplets. Okay, so I hope that you understand this formula very correctly, very nicely. Okay, so this is our first one, where the first concept is clear to all, right? The Pythagorean triplets. So now let us move to a very important topic. You can guess by the name of this topic, and when you compare the chapter name to this topic, this is obvious that this topic is very important. Okay, so please listen carefully while now. So square roots means we know that 4 is the perfect square of 2, 9 is the perfect square of 3, 16 is the perfect square of 4, and so on. Okay, now if we reverse that, 2 is this, if you want to say that, for example, 4 is the perfect square of 2. You should not say that 4 is the perfect square of 2. You should say that 2 is the square root of 4. So this number is said to be the square root of that number. Okay. So now this is clear that what is a square root, and if you want, I can give you one more example as well. You can take the example of 9 as well. Let me erase this up. There are more spaces there. So the square root of 3 is equal to 9. So you will say that 3, so this, I'm sorry, perfect square is 9. Okay, and the square root will be then 3. You should say that the square root of 9 is equal to 3. The square root of 9 is equal to 3. Okay, so this is what is the meaning of square root. It's a very easy one. You can get it very easily. Okay, so the square root of a number x is that number which, when multiplied by itself, gives x as the product. So you may get it confused a little bit about this. So this means the square root of a number is when a number is multiplied by itself and the product we get is equal to x. Okay, so this is a formula, the real formula. Don't get confused, it is the same as how I said you before. Okay, so for example, you can say the square root. Yeah, one more thing that I will want to say is the symbol for that square root is this. This is the symbol used for a square root. It is like this. Okay, and you can check like the square root of 9 is equal to 3, so you can say that 9 square root of 9 is equal to 3, like that. It is written like this. Okay, then this symbol is donated for the square root. Okay, you can note it down in your diary or a notebook so that you get it, get to know more whenever you want. You can get it very easily. Okay, it's available for you. So to find the square root of a given number, we have to find the number which when multiplied by itself gives the number. Okay, you got it right. For I'll give you example because I guess you will get a little bit confused here. 25. Okay, so here it is said that to find the square root of a given number, this is the given number, and to find the square root of this number, we will have to find a number that when multiplied by itself gives this number. Here we can say I found the number 5. So 5 when multiplied by itself gives this number, right? So here it means this. Okay, so this number is equal to the square root of this number. Understood? So, and yeah, we will only consider positive numbers in the square root. Okay, in the square roots formula. Okay, I hope it is clear to all of you. So now let us move on to our next topic. Our next topic is how to find square root by, no, I'm sorry, properties of the square root. Okay, our next topic is properties of square root. So let's start about next topic. So I hope now it is clear to all of you. Now I said that let us move to the properties of square roots. So the first property of square root is that the square root of an even square number is an even number, and the square root of an odd square number is an odd number. It is the same as the perfect square property. It is like in the part 1 we learned the properties of square numbers. In that there was that the perfect square of a number is of an even number is even, and the perfect square of an odd number is odd. So here also it is the same only. Okay, it's no difference, there is no difference in it, but here only square root is changing. You can take the example of 4. 4 is an even number and it is a perfect square number. Then the square root of 4 is equal to 2. Okay, like that you can take. So this is our first property. It's a really easy property and a very you can get to know it very nicely. It's very understandable. That is a square root of an even number. Even square number is an even number, and the square root of an odd square number is an odd number. Okay, you can just write down whatever I say, the important points according to me, the number, that the thing that I'm repeating again and again in your notebook, because the things I repeat again and again are really important. Okay, so the second property is if the unit digit of a number is 2, 3, 7, or 8, then it does not have a square root. Okay, as I said, the numbers, I'm sorry, the numbers that end with 2, 3, 7, or 7 or 8, they all are not perfect square numbers. And if they are not perfect square numbers, that means they don't have any square root numbers. So if a number end with like 22 or 23, the number end with 2, 3, 7, or 8, that means they do not have a square root number. They don't have a square root, I'm sorry, they don't have a square root. Okay, this is a second property. The next property is if a number has a natural number as a square root, then its unit digit must end with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, or 9. Okay. For example, you can take 35. Not 35, 25 is better according to me. So you can take the 25. Okay, and it is ending with 5. Okay. If a number has a natural number as a square root, then the square root will end with any number that is 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, or 9. Okay. So this is the third property. It is also an easy property. You can just note it down in your notebook. Okay, you can give the heading properties of square roots. Then you can write the properties that I'm saying, like property number 1 is this, property number 2 is this, property number 3 is this. Then it will be easier for you to revise while your exams. Okay, you can just highlight if you have a textbook. You can just highlight the important points. Then the fourth property is that negative numbers have no square roots. For example, -2 will not have a square root, -4 will not have a square root. All the negative numbers would not have square roots. Understood? uh, in natural numbers, in the set of natural numbers, okay, in the system of natural numbers, they wouldn't have. Okay, so square root of negative numbers are imaginary numbers, and we can learn it in the higher grades. We will learn it, you will get to know more about it in the higher grades. Right now you will just have to learn a small things about square roots. Okay, because it's a completely new topic for class 8. Okay, so we shall now discuss the following methods to determine the square roots. Now we will discuss two methods. One method that is remaining we will be learning in the part 3 of the video. So now we will learn the prime factorization method and the successive subtraction method. Okay, so first of all, let us continue. After a short break, you can just take a short break so that your eyesight and all don't get weak. Okay, so I hope you all are back from the break. Okay, so now let us continue the video. Okay, so now let us learn to find a square root by prime factorization method. As I said, we have completed some of our topics that are the Pythagorean triplets, square roots, properties of square roots. Now we shall learn how to find square root by prime factorization method. This is a very easy thing. Just listen to me very carefully. Here there are some steps that are you can write in your notebook like this. I will explain to you later. Write the prime factors. Step 1 is write the prime factors of the given number. Step 2 is the number being the perfect square will have one or more pairs of the same prime factors. Pick up and write one factor from each pair. And the step 3 is multiply the factors selected. The product will be the square root of the number. So here let us continue. I will give you an example of the number 625. Sorry, my marker stopped working. 625. So we will find the LCM of that number. I'm giving you in simple wordings. Okay, so 625, we will find the LCM. 625 comes in 5 table. All of you may know because it have 5 in the end. Then that means it is sure to come in a numbers. Okay. Then 125 in 5 table. I'm sorry. So 125 also comes in 5 table as 525s are. The perfect square of 25 is equal to 125. Okay, and next is and 25 comes as 5 fives are, and then 5 ones are. In the perfect square I said you how to make pairs. The pairs should be of two numbers. Here it's a little bit different. We will make pairs of two numbers each. Okay, and then we will pick up one factor from each pair. Okay, for example 5 over here, 5, and then we will multiply those numbers together. So first, from the first pair I took one factor, that is 5. I didn't took two factors. Only from one pair take any one factor, and from the second pair also I took one more factor, that is again 5. Okay, when we multiply it, the product we get is the square root of that number. Okay, understood? It is the square root of that number. So I hope it is clear to you. If you want, I can give you one more example of a number. 1 minute. So the next example we can take is 100 and 1225. So we will find the LCM of this number 1225. The LCM for this is 245. It comes in 5 stable as 245 as in 5 stable. Okay, and again it comes in 5 stable as 49. 549 gram. 49 doesn't come in 5 stable, but it comes in 7 stable, and 7 is also a prime number, so we can take it. 7 7 sevens are is equal to 49, and then 7 ones are. Sorry, I don't have space over here. So here now we will make pairs. This is the first pair and this is the second pair. Sorry. And then we will take one factor from each pair, 5 and 7, and we will multiply them together. And the product we get of that number is equal to the square root of that number, and we get 5 into 7 is equal to 35. Okay, that means 35 is equal to the square root of 1200 and 1225. Okay, so I hope this method of prime factorization is also clear to you. So let us mark it out as well. Yeah, it is already marked out. So I'll erase this up. So now we have the last method, that is how to find square root by successive subtraction method. So this is a very easy method. It's quite long sometimes. So you can use the LCM method also, and you can use this method also to find the square root. So this, first of all, let me say the steps for this method. That is this successive subtraction method. You can also say repeated subtraction method. Okay. So first of all, you can know. I will say the steps to you so that you can keep a note of them in your notepad or a notebook. You can use any of them. Okay, so the step one is, from the given number whose square root is to be determined, subtract successively odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, and so on. There are many odd numbers. All the odd numbers till we arrive at, so the step 2 is, keep on performing subtraction till we arrive at 0. And the step 3 is, the number of times you have to perform subtraction will be the square root of the given number. So this is the real formula. This is the basic formula used for this question. Okay, so for this method, I'm sorry. So let us continue. I will give you a solution of it. I will give an example. So here we can take the number 49. For 49, the first odd number is 1. Okay, we will subtract it with 1. The answer we get is 48. Okay, the next number is 48, so we will keep on subtracting till we get 0 as our difference. Okay, so 48 minus 3 will be the next thing, that is equal to 45. Then 45 minus 5, it's equal to 40. It seems quite more, but after that the numbers get on, um, the all numbers get on increasing, the numbers get bigger, so it will be easier for you. Okay, 1 minute, let me switch it a little bit down so that we can continue writing. So after 40 we will get 40 minus 7, that is equal to 33. Okay, then after that 33 minus 9, that 9 is equal to 24. Then 24 minus 11, because 11 is our next number, odd number. 11 is equal to 13. And lastly 13 minus 13, because 13 is also an odd number, is equal to 0. So we arrive at 0 finally. Okay, so this is the first step. As I said, subtract with the odd numbers. At We should subtract till we arrive at 0. So the first two steps are over. The third step is, we should count the times we subtract the number with the odd number. So here is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, it is 5. Okay, 5, 6, and 7. So here we do it 7 times. So hence 49 is, the square root of 49 is equal to 7. Okay, This is the way we do it, and sometimes it's too long for very big numbers, so we can use the LCM method also, but if it prime factorization method also. But if the question says that find the square root by the successive subtraction method or repeated subtraction method, then you will have to perform this one only. Okay, so now so the today's video is over. I hope you find this video very informative and it is very helpful to you guys. And if it is helpful, please share it with your friends and family members and all your classmates so that they get the people that have difficulty in math. They all can get very much help from it. And also like the video if this video was informative and helpful to you guys. So please subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share the video. Bye bye.